Hey everybody, welcome back. It's that time of the week where we geek out. Woo! We're gonna geek out about some movies. I guess that's technically what geeking out is for. My geek out videos is geeking out about movies. As usual, we are gonna run through the weekend box office because I'm just fascinated by that and interested in it. It's a fun thing for somebody who loves everything about movies. Then we're gonna talk about all of our favorites and what I have and haven't seen. I'll try to pick my favorite 3 stop motion movies. So hopefully we'll have fun with that. Hopefully I will have seen enough of those to have good opinions. But as usual, I want to jump right into this and I want to get into the box office, especially because we got to talk about number 1 for a minute. Because I'm a little aggravated by certain reportings. But number 1 this weekend, for the second week in a row, was Suicide Squad with $43.5 million in its second weekend out there, okay? Now look, this brings its domestic total to $222 million on a $175 million budget. It is making plenty of money. Now what I want to bitch about is it has had a 67% drop. Now normally, yes, that would be a very bad percentage of a drop. Anything between 40 to 60 can be considered okay or average. 67 is generally high. However, you got to take into account that these articles aren't taking into account is that it had massive opening weekend of 133. If I'm not mistaken, it broke some records, some August records. So yeah, it's going to have a bit bigger of a drop off than a normal opening would. If it had opened at $50 million and dropped 60%, that would be a terrible, terrible thing. But to open it at almost 150 and drop 67 and still pull in almost 50, it's cool. It's doing well. It's doing well. Listen, I know it's not for everybody. I know it's got its problems. You know, things are rushed, introductions and all that stuff. And, you know, the DC universe is still on shaky ground. You either love it or you hate it. I'm okay with this. I really enjoyed Suicide Squad. I want more, and I think we're going to get more. So it's just, don't, you know, these articles, man, like, don't listen. Yeah, everybody's got an opinion and they're trying to you can spin facts and statistics any way you want. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even I'm kind of doing that a little bit here, but I'm cool with it. And number 2 is Sausage Party, $34.2 million. It's gonna make money. It had a $19 million budget, so domestically it's already done really well. It's almost doubled that. So that's actually really good. That bodes well for R-rated animation, which is really what I wanted out of this movie. I just think my expectations were wrong for this movie, and giving it a second chance, I'll probably enjoy it a lot more. Though it's gonna take a little while to get over certain traumas that movie has caused for me. Number 3, Pete's Dragon. We almost went and saw this. I'd like to see this. I'm sure we'll see it someday. It had $21.5 million. So, you know, that's not, I just saw its budget though is 65. That doesn't bode well. That's not a great opening. But you know, I don't know. Yeah, a movie like that, I'm not hearing any word of mouth about it, good or bad. So it's probably not going to do too well. We'll have to see how it tracks for next week. Number 4, Jason Bourne, $13.8 million. Total of $127 million on a $120 million budget. 3 weeks out, doing really, really well. I'm sure with overseas that covers, it's probably breaking even right about now. 38% drop off on that, so that's still a really nice drop off. Granted, that's from week 2 to week 3, so it usually, you know, it gets a little smaller as the weeks go on. Number 5, we had Bad Mom. Still really want to see that. $11.3 million with a drop off of 18% in its 3rd week. So that's, you know, that's actually really good. I'll get back to that. Total of $71.3 million on a $20 million budget. That is massively good. That actually, you know, from a 2 to 3 week drop off, only 18.9%. That is fantastic, actually. That tells me there's a lot of word of mouth going around. Like it did okay when it started, but everyone's like, no, go see it. Because I've heard a lot of good word of mouth on that. So sweet. Okay, good for you, Bad Moms. I definitely want to check you out. Number 6 is The Secret Life of Pets, still hanging in there, $9 million, bringing its total to $336 million on a $75 million budget. 21% drop off from week 5 to week 6. I think I've already heard they greenlit the next one, so, you know, you can go watch our reviews. It's more for kids. It's not really kids and adults, but, you know, it's still kind of cool. Number 7, Star Trek Beyond, still pulling out some good money, $6.8 million, 31% drop off from week 3 to week 4, bringing its total to $139.7 million on a $185 million budget. With overseas and everything, that's going to be fine. They already greenlit a 4, although I think that might be underperforming for what they had expected. It seems like by 4 weeks it should have at least domestically broken over its budget, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not analyzing that closely. Number 8, we have Florence Foster Jenkins opening in its first week with $6.6 million. Doesn't tell me what the budget is. That movie looks cute, but I don't know, that's not for everyone. That's definitely counter-programming for summer, so I'm glad that it did well so we can keep getting some dramas on occasion. It's not really a drama I'm terribly excited for, but, you know, hey, to each their own. Hopefully people are digging it. If you saw it, hopefully you loved it. Maybe it's one of those that people will be like, no, you gotta see it, it's more than the trailers, because the trailers for movies this year have been terrible for the most part, outside of Star Wars. Number 9, we had 9 Lives. It was previously number 6 last week. This week it pulls in $3.5 million. So, ooh, yeah, 43% drop off from week 1 to week 2. That's kind of average. That's normal. So it's made 61.1. Whoa, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, made $13.5 million. Okay, it doesn't tell me what its budget is, but it's probably doing pretty well. Again, I heard a review about it that made me kind of actually want to see it because they're like, it's a dumb movie that knows it's dumb and it has fun with that. So maybe on Blu-ray, or no, maybe on Netflix, probably. And in the 10th spot, we have Lights Out, dropped from number 7 to number 10, but still, it's really good. 3.2 million, 46% drop off from week 3 to week 4, so that's pretty, that's pretty good. $61.1 million on a less than $5 million budget. Hell yeah. All right, honorable mentions real quick. Number 11, we had Nerve. It pulled in another 2.6, bringing it to 33. 12, Ghostbusters still hanging in there, 2.2, bringing its total to 121 domestically. So it's doing okay. I know we're hearing all the different swirling stories right now. Half the people are saying it's a flop, half the people are saying it's success, because if you just look at box office numbers, it's not great, it's okay. But if you take into account all the merchandising, all the ancillary markets, what it's doing for sales of the original Ghostbusters material, since they are trying to start a franchise and created this whole Ghost Corps thing to make a Ghostbusters universe, it's still working. We're gonna get a Ghostbusters universe still. Will we ever get one that pleases most of the people? I don't know, but I know a lot of people hated it. That's fine. As long as you gave it a chance and you hate it, totally cool. I actually loved it. I would love to see a sequel. I'm now worried we won't get that, but we'll see how it goes. 13, Ice Age Collision Course pulled in another $2 million, bring it to $58.7 million on a $105 million budget, so that should be the last Ice Age we ever get. Number 14, Finding Dory, pulled in 1.3, it would bring its total to $476.7 million. Number 15, Anthropoid. This is one I reacted to. 1.2 million in its first week, so it doesn't show me the budget, but that seems to be pretty good, although that movie looked like it cost a lot more than that. It looked like at least a $10 million movie. So maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's 5, but anyways, pretty good, pretty good. So there you have it, there's the box office. Wow, actually I took quite a while on that. Usually I go through the box office quicker. So let's start geeking out about stop motion movies. So I'll try to run through these fairly quickly. Fantastic Mr. Fox. I saw one of my favorite commenters. There's many of you, but one of my favorite. That's definitely his favorite. I actually have not seen that one, but since you love it so much, I'll have to check that out at some point. Coraline. Yeah, I really liked Coraline. That was a really good one. Nightmare Before Christmas. That was a really good one. Paranorman's a fun time. Chicken Run. I think it was okay. Wallace and Gromit, those are fun. I haven't watched any of those in a while. James and the Giant Peach. I don't really remember the movie, but I do remember loving the story. Frankenweenie. I'm not sure I've actually seen the whole Frankenweenie, or I did like way back in high school. No, I'm thinking of the short film, so I never saw the feature. I do own it. I need to see it. Box Trolls. I mean, it looks to me. Maybe it's great. I don't know. If it's great, tell me. Maybe I'll go see it. The Corpse Bride. Yeah, that's a really good one. I do like that. Mary and Max. I've never seen. Jason and the Argonauts. Of course. Ray Harryhausen. That stuff is like classic stuff right there. You get the Christmas specials like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I never got into those, so they didn't do it for me. I was watching horror movies. Let's see, Kubo and the Two Strings. Of course, that's why we're doing this. I have no idea if it's good, but I'm hoping it's good. We're gonna go see it very, very soon. Ooh, Original King Kong. Yeah, that counts. Fantastic Planet. I don't know. A Town Called Panic. I don't know. Shaun the Sheep movie. I did not watch. Clash of the Titans. I guess that kind of counts. There's definitely a lot of it in there. Mad Monster Party. I never saw. So apparently a lot of these I've not seen. I usually just Google the theme and see what I get, so if you're wondering. Creature Comforts, I know that one, but I haven't seen it. Gumby the movie, Lego Movie. Was Lego Movie really stop motion? I would have thought that was completely CG made to look like stop motion. If that was actually like heavy stop motion, that's even more impressive because that was an awesome movie. I'm gonna keep it out of my list though, just in case. Mighty Joe Young, the original never saw. Lost World, the original I never saw, not the Jurassic Park sequel. We're getting into some stuff I've never heard of. How the fuck is RoboCop listed in stop motion movies? I know it has some stop motion, but it ain't a stop motion movie. Yeah, some of these, like even Empire Strikes Back has stop motion. I don't count that as a stop motion movie. Dragon Slayer? Really? Oh my god. Yeah, we're getting into some just really off stuff down through here. There's really not a terrible amount of, like full-on stop motion feature films. So kind of exciting, actually. So Coraline, Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, Those are probably the ones I remember the best, so that's probably gonna be my top 3 until I see Kubo. For me, yeah, I don't know. I don't even really know in order. Those all kind of fit together. I mean, 2 are basically in the Burton verse, and if you will, and the other is Coraline, which could kind of fit in there, just in terms of gothy tone. But I don't know what order I would give those, but those would probably be my 3 of the ones I have seen. Yeah, I'll go with that. That works for me. What works for you? Let me hear it. What are your favorites? What have I missed that I should see? What was not on the list I should think about? Let's geek out about it. Talk to me down a bit in the comments about it. I want to hear what you're thinking. Cool? Other than that, you can hit that thumbs up button. Give me the thumbs up encouragement. It's always nice to be encouraged. Subscribe if you're new here. We do all kinds of fun, nerdy, geeky stuff every single day on the Eric Butts channel. And of course, share with your friends, because if you're cool, they're cool. We should all be cool together. You want to help the channel, help support it, help it grow, get extra content. Check out my link to Patreon down below. You might like it, you might not. Just letting you know it's out there. No pressure either way. All right, guys, well, I'm going to get out of here and put this together for y'all, so it'll be ready tomorrow, and I will see you guys later.